Welcome, preseason action again, Tier 2 Prospects eRacing League. I'm joined today by Cows. Hopefully he will go off of mute, and we will be good in the tech department as we shore up things on our end as we get ready to do this for real next week. The updated Australia layout again today for Tier 2 rows. As we saw absolute carnage yesterday in a race that fully took advantage of the term preseason. We'll see what we have going. Of course, you can chat, watch us now on Twitch. That's where we're at. And I'm still going to be bouncing back and forth between streams, well, between watching it on PlayStation in real time and then watching it on Twitch to make sure that we're still good. The race we saw yesterday, just absolute carnage from the start. Let's see how things work out today. A lot of recognizable names returning to Tier 2 for this season 7. Also watch us on ESTV. Quite a little. I will turn it up. Hopefully that's better. Not yelling yet. We will get there and get to that point. Still waiting for the colleague to join in.
Hey, what's going on?
Hopefully we get the audio situation worked out. I am on a cable. And it should go great. Hopefully we get all sun today in the preseason. Start for next week.
Hey, Feldman, can you hear me?
There is that beautiful voice. You're absolutely correct. I must adjust my cable. This is under my chair wheel. I will probably have to dedicate another monitor to doing this. That way
Testing.
I get better focus on things in real time. We had some technical difficulties yesterday. Early on, I made those adjustments. The video is short out. I upped some of the quality today, so hopefully we get even better video quality than we got yesterday with no rehash. We're waiting to have everyone ready up here.
Hey, can everybody hear me?
Go through and do what I do best and bring in some notes on Australia. We'll pass the time of our short qualies. We got 29 laps. Again, we got Tier 3, Tier 4, and then the Gran Turismo 7 League starting. And Cows, I cannot hear you. Should be your voice. He left the party, so let's try it again.
Hey, how we doing?
Mine works, but I cannot hear.
So everybody can hear me on stream?
Again, working out technical kinks. Wonder if that is coming through on the stream, and maybe just I can't hear him. If somebody confirm, yep, I can hear you, EE. Why can I not hear him?
Ain't that curious?
Settings here. Audio should be coming across, I'm assuming. Better than the controller, but not too. Wondering why I'm not getting here, Feldman. Can't hear each other. I'm afraid to adjust this one setting and mess the whole thing up. So let me go back out to
Hey, does that make it any
Broadcast the
better?
world right now, but it is what it is.
Ah.
The outputs don't want it coming through the TV. Device. That might be why. You hear me now?
Hey, I've been able to hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yay!
Yeah, but now I'm worried
we're
about the
starting,
audio.
baby.
Now I'm worried about the audio on the broadcast.
Oh, who cares about the broadcast? We got each other.
Yeah, let's get that game here. And automatic PlayStation loves to do wonderful things when it comes to trying to stream audio, because it'll convert and send everything one way. It won't split it properly. Are we getting the in-game music on the broadcast though? So you can hear the game still? All right. So, yay. Now, do I sound like garbage? Because I tried this the other day and I was getting echo. That's what I'm worried about.
No, man, it's like right. I mean, there's a little bit of echo, but it's not to the point where it's really disturbing anything. I mean, I think it sounds nice and crisp. I kind of like it when that voice has a little bit of echo, you know?
I hope. So, anyways, new blood here. Me and you working together. Hey, we're a 505 here. We can ready up anytime. What are we doing? All right.
Alrighty, so you were talking about last race. What happened last time out here?
Just picture a nuclear bomb coming down, and that's what happened at the field. I think it finished with like 8 drivers. The leader literally spun out very slowly coming off of a safety lap. I don't know if it seems grip on hards, if that has proven to already be a challenge early on, but coming out of that final turn, we had 2 people wrecking the same spot, and the back end just slowly came out on both. And they just hit the inside wall.
Man, I don't care what you do with those hards under safety car. Those puppies going to take a lap and a half to get up to temp around here. I mean, it's just, those things are rough on restarts, especially when you got those mediums sitting right behind you.
Feel the pressure. That's what it does. So it looks like we are waiting on 1 driver apparently. Put it in their calendar. So going through some look at these names right quick. Recognize some tier 2 from the previous season. And what new blood we have. Oh, never mind. Since I switched it over, we're loading, so we're good. It's Australia, PS5. Get it. Natterday, Shano Mac, Bevo, Chappers. Coop might be new. Kind of recognize it. Folksy, obviously. Just Pair, I think, came on towards the end last season. Or ran yesterday, 1 of the 2. T-Mouse back, Guitar Man Com, Boyer, Jonesy, Anza's new, Ricka's new, Coconuts, Pigman, Manbear Pig, Dylan, Sam Brooks is back. MIA for a bit. Keen David ran yesterday, and I missed who the last one was.
F1 Nerd.
Couldn't come up with a better name than that.
God, don't ask me, dude.
Yeah, it's not me.
I mean, I'm the dude named House of Guns, so.
Where we got Pirate and Rehab constantly changing his name like once a week. I always thought there was a cap on that. So let's go ahead and get our telemetry stats up square. Just look how good the lighting looks here. Looks like we're running in the afternoon almost. So right now everybody on softs. Fortunately, I don't get audio. This is the thing about the PS5. I won't get in race audio when I'm trying to run it through. I got to make sure we have comms in our party. Now, if we get it, I can get it situated where we can do Discord and implement that into OBS. Then I still won't be able to because I can't listen to the race separately and then listen to the chat. So I'm just sitting here in silence, but it's fine. That's fine. It's on fire. It's just
$500 on a console, can't hear the game while commentating.
yeah.
Thanks,
It's
Sony.
rather kind of annoying, but it's how they do their stuff. They try to streamline it, but it's like, well, kind of hurting everybody. If you want to do something. Yeah. Yeah, because if you try to run through like one of these USB things, like I've got, it hijacks all the audio, and goes through there, and then OBS doesn't like the fact that the chat audio goes through there, so I can't listen for some reason. There was something, I went through it for like 2 hours last week. Finally got it to a good spot. But, I mean, I don't need the audio. I can see what I'm doing. It'd be better if Twitch was like 1-to-1 perfect, but it's not. So if I commentate on Twitch, it'd be behind.
So we got Team Mouse here coming through the end of the final sector, about to start the first hot lap of this session.
Go ahead and get on him, because I did not see who went up first. So are these teams set already? Did we confirm that? Because did we have the draft?
Let me take a look. I am not sure.
Confirming the stream chat. Again, you can watch us on Twitch. We're on ESTV, which is probably on, it's not on Pluto, but it's on some of the free channels out there. But we are definitely getting the hits. I'm hearing 30 million, or maybe not 30,000. We're definitely getting really good hits from the television, so we are growing and expanding. So we are still on board with Team Mouse here. It's looking pretty quick.
And we have Just Para going around.
How dare he?
Be a lost front wing there. A little bit of a blockage there for any guys coming through Sector 1 here.
He's ghosting. Let's see what Mouse can get on the board in the Ferrari. Nobody confirmed in the chat. Let me get over to our actual. See where we're at on. So the stream looks good. That's confirmed. Artistic told me that I crack, but it's not bad. So, Team Mouse, where is he at the final end of the circuit? A lot of time can be lost here or gained. Pretty clean out of there. Flaps are open. Going to come across the line. He will set early on. Trying to beat 118.835. We were looking at low 117s yesterday for this pole, though. Now, of course, it's tier 1. Let's see if we get close to it today.
And I can definitely see some of these boys starting to scratch that low 18s mark. Maybe we get 1 or 2 lucky hot laps in at the end. Ooh, a lot of mid-19s coming through.
Very early on. Guys can got their setups, know where they can push it. So situations with traffic will alleviate some things, but Team Mouse pretty clear ahead at this point with 7 people set time. There goes Guitar Man Khan back in the Red Bull, 118.690. This game is just a lot prettier to look at this year. Wish it would have got on PC again. The Accolades trailer came out yesterday, and my review score was featured in the Accolades trailer, so proud of that. They could have sent me a t-shirt or something, but I'll take that.
We have a McLaren going backwards on track through Sector 2. That was dangerous.
Try backwards or spinning?
Looks like they took a little spin. We're just coming in the middle of the road. Bevo coming head on at him. Definitely may have taken a lift there.
Yes, Bevo definitely head on. Coop third. As we focus on making sure that we call Bevo by his right name, which is Bevo. He doesn't like
a very washed-up football mascot, but
he's back
just Coconuts here looking to be on a flyer, really hugging those curbs to the end of the first sector. See what he does here. Come up to the high-speed chicane.
Zembrook sitting 7th. A lot of time maybe people are going to be going making pits, trying different things. I don't know if anybody will have the gumption to go out on mediums again any times at this point. But it's preseason. Hot preseason action. Again, we do this for real next week. We have, what, 10 weeks of racing? Take us into the end of fall. I don't want to talk about the end of fall if we haven't gotten too far yet. I'm ready for summer to be over, although I like summer. Oh, somebody went around.
Coconuts on a great lap there. And it looks like Bevo here put an extra warm-up lap into his process here with that little spin coming head on out through that first hot lap. So coming here into the straight.
And Boyer in the Mercedes will be the next to cross if he improves on that 120.11. Crossing the line does not. Wait, is it down here? Nope, he does not improve. So right now we still got Khan out in front by almost 0.2 of a second, and then Mouse, Coop, Jonesy, Pygmy Man is our top 5 so far. Natterday coming in strong, had a Great streak to end last season. Thought he might have had a chance at the championship, but did not happen. Too little, too late. Hoping to rectify that in season 7. Didn't put it all together for a full season. He can take this championship ultimate ability on his end. Constant.
Oh no! Evo puts in a 19.4 but runs out of fuel at the end of his lap. He could have been on for first there.
Evo, the no gas. Don't know what happened there.
I mean, I know gas is expensive nowadays, but come on, boys.
Let's take a look here. Trying to suck through. So, will he be able to make it back in the pits, or is that going to run out and he's just out of luck?
He is going to be in low fuel mode for the remainder of the lap, so he very well could lose one of his push laps here and be down to just time for one at the end.
He's got a long way to go. Is that a Haas
So-
crossing?
Yeah, I think losing that first push lap with the spinner in front of him and having to go an extra bit around, that was it.
Yeah, is that Chapters on his out? Yeah, that's his out.
Yeah, it looks like we got Shane MC here charging up for another one, though, from the third sector.
Old Shane O'Mac. He's got the rig going on now. It's only about, what, 5 cars out on the track right now. We're about halfway through this section. One of them is Bevo trying to make his way back over to the pits to get some fuel. Shepard is fresh on these tires, so he was just completing his out lap. There's nobody out. We'll take control of him here right quick as he comes from sector 2. The new section of Australia. First time back on the circuit in a couple years. The actual race in the Formula 1 Australia a couple months ago was a pretty good race. Chappers is fastest through sector 2. Blazing here in the 90. A lot of big moves were attempted here in this 90 in sector 3 yesterday. A lot of outside attempts and a couple were completed. Mouse is out.
T-Mouse is out of the session.
So is Para. Mouse is out. I don't know what happened there, but he is locked in at his time. I don't think that's going to stay. I don't imagine him staying in second.
Wow, and Para wasn't just a DNA. I mean, he was a disqualification. He had so much traffic stacked up behind him, he never had an opportunity to get out clean. Game just kicked him out.
Speak of the devil, as T-Mouse goes out, he does not retain that as Chappers comes in, snags second. He is just 1/100th off the pace of Guitar Man Khan, but going to get down here to the extra time and nitty-gritty.
Shane's going to be coming through here to finish his lap. Oh, there we go.
Shane O'Mac pushing it, 1:18.381. Big jump there.
Seconds up on his time. Big improvements there.
Big jump there. Jonesy now. He should be coming around here. Assuming he's going to not pit again. With fresh tires. In the Google McLaren. A little bit slow through there. Let's see if he improves on that 6th time. That's wonderful. My Google thing thought I was talking. Wanted to know what a McLaren dealership was. Did not improve on his time though, but we do look at the Astons are 3rd and 5th right now, and Chappers in the coupe. Snoop coupe. Saturday still back in 8th. Sparks flying.
Riding on board with Ricca here, McLaren down in P13, currently 3/10 up through sector 1. It looks like he's got a nice little run here with some low wing going into this game. Could be on for a little challenge to Natty and Pigman Man.
And correct that top 10, start in the points, hopefully finish in the points. It's a big section where you can chop off some time coming up. You get those apexes right and you get those releases right.
Oh, he's going to dip a toe into the gravel. He did look a little off balance through sector 1. Looks like this is a setup that's really going to compete down those main straights with the DRS.
Well, Keen David came in and swoop off, booting Shane O'Mac off the top rope. 1:18.143. That's Ricka got here. Laps up as he improve on that time. The 1:19, he bumps up to 11th.
And yeah, he would have been right up there with Natty if he hadn't hit that toe. Real shame. We'll have a good one for the final run.
And he just now starting on his lap, past the out lap, or maybe his second lap. See who's next to come around and see if Ferrari can pits. That's not it. That nerd, the nerds.
Big Man was only 200ths up on his original lap, but now he's going to get a tow entering the chicane from his teammate. Looks like it could be a little bit of teamwork going on here between him and King David.
David's currently sitting on top. If he can bring his teammate up to par.
Oh, that is a sweet tow.
Yes, it was.
Well done.
Carry the speed, gets out of the way. See if Pigman Man can crack the at least top 5 here.
Oh, a big old slide coming out of that right-hand 90.
It's definitely one thing I appreciate about the game is the ability to save the cars. The passing really is much more difficult. Pigman Man across the line. Nothing there. Still 10th.
And tow certainly got him a couple tenths. Good job.
Evo came in out of nowhere, took second after putting the gas back in the Alpha. Volksy also 4th. As we now teetering on them 117 times, we should see that cracked. Whoever can get that 117, 9, if not 8. 8 would guarantee, I think, a pull at this point. Volksy did come and get that 4th, though. Coop, Chapper's definitely falling off there in the pits. Back to Pigman Man. See if we have anybody else closer. Rekka is going back to the pits.
We got David Bauer on a hot lap here, but he was 200ths down on his original time.
Here comes the nerd again. Nerds. Laps are open as he improve on 16th. Will not. Coconuts. Still got two people set to. They don't have a time yet. If I can spit that out. They don't have a time yet. Timba and Anza. We talking about everybody else, and they come in at the last second and just dominate. We'll have to see.
We're going to have big problems with traffic here through the final sector. Looks like he can wade through it.
Khan wants that pullback. Finished second fiddle to the champion last year. Constructors were good for Ferrari. Khan had a good run down the stretch at the end of last season. Jumping back over to, I'm assuming, did we confirm if these teams were set that we're running with today?
I don't see anything in chat. But as far as I'm aware, we had our draw the other day, right?
That's what I'm wondering about. I'm wondering if that counts for today or if that goes into next season.
Yeah, I would certainly start. I know if I was participating, I'd certainly want to be in my team car, start getting used to it. All different visuals with the side mirrors, get my camera settings adjusted.
Pirate brings up 117, 134 was the pole yesterday as he ran in that race. He also confirms teams are set. So what you see is what you get. So that means
I will see it.
Khan back in the Red Bull.
Oh, and Coconuts loses out of the chicane. Big old knock. That's going to be the end of his qualifying. He's not out, but I doubt he's going to be able to get out for another win. That's rough.
Let's see what that time was. I said all these yellows popping up. 306. Nah, if he can get going, he can get something worse. Yeah.
We got Dylan coming onto the back straight. He was 3.5 tenths up on his current time.
Dylan, always a sleeper, currently in 15th right now. He is the type of driver that can come in and swoop it at the last second. Anza, there you go. The one that had not set a time comes in the third. 1/1000th off of Bevo.
It looks like Guitarman Khan is going for another push lap here, but he doesn't have enough battery to sustain it through that final sector. I mean, he was a 10th up, but yeah, there it all goes.
He's going to have it or not. Take a look at Boyer, veteran, spun out. Dylan also now spun out. Disregard what I said 30 seconds ago. Dylan spun out. Timba's still not set a time. We'll take a look at the other Mercedes. So as you see these teammates, King David will be teammates with Pigman Man, Bear Pig. Bevo will have just Pear as a teammate as Pear is disqualified. Looks like Anza and Dylan. Right now, Anza and the nerd.
Oh, man. That time difference between Bevo and Anza, I mean, Bevo's on his out lap, but wow, what pace these guys have.
Yeah, Bevo 1/1000th off I still think Bevo can come in and swoop this here at the end. David is trying to get something charged here. Minute 32 left, but we're going to have that extra time because soccer, maybe.
King David's going to be coming through the final turn here to start his final hot lap.
Where is Timba? He's crossing the line. He's finally going to set a time. Where does Timba go? He goes to 13th. Just ahead of his teammate, though. Preseason action. Here comes Boyer right behind, but he did spin out. I believe he spun out. He did spin out. So 13th, 14th, looking like that's where the Mercs are going to be.
Keep an eye here on AFS Natty. He's our last guy out on track on an out lap. He's currently coming up to the high-speed chicane. He's still warming his tires. He seems confident he can make it to the buzzer.
This guy has shown plenty of talent and capabilities down the stretch last season in Tier 2. Tim and Boyer just kind of getting out of the way. We only have one Ferrari today. I only see Sam Brooks. Nah, T-Mouse is the other Ferrari. Brooks was a very, very good driver 2 seasons ago. Only around last year, so last season. Coop and Chappers need to push it. Coop making his way to the end of Sector 2. His teammate not too far behind. He's got a Haas in front of him.
I was going to say, Bevo struggled to find a little bit of space here at the end, but he is going to get a meaty toe from that Aston Martin in front of him. King David was only about half a tenth up on his original lap. Bevo matching him through the first sector, but this is going to make a massive difference.
So is David going to push this? Is he going to improve on that time? Yes, he does, by a little bit. 1:04.6.
And Bevo is a full tenth up through the second sector. It all comes down to this final one for pole position.
Yes, we are going into the sharp chicane here. See if Bevo can make this stick. May regret running out of gas. Coming down the stretch, flaps are open. Eyeing the prize across the line. He takes it! 1:18.016. Where is Anza? He's in the pits. Shane O'Mac has read it out. Khan still looking for something. Brilliant run there by Bevo to sneak it in at the last second. I don't think Khan's going to have what it takes to get the pole here. See if he improves on his time. Saturday down to 12. See if he gets any bumps. Nothing there. But where's Natterday? Oh, he's read it out. And then we got the Neo is locked in. We are locked in. Bevo. Preseason race 2. Australia takes the pole. I don't think you could fart that fast to separate the difference between the two. But literally 3/100ths of a second.
About as thick as Lizzo's bag out.
There you go. So, what we need is a lack of carnage and some racing. No NASCAR today. Just Formula 1.
You said lack of carnage in Australia? You're a funny guy. That's hilarious. This new layout, man. People super gremlins out here with these high-speed turns and the tight squeezes you got.
It's a great track, man. It always was. I said this last time too. It's underrated. It's also considered a city circuit, quote unquote, like Montreal's a city. It's not. It's a real circuit. You know, to me, it's an actual track. It's not the likes of Singapore, Monaco, or Baku.
Well
said. It's an excellent track that's been around. It has its fair share of history, including Rubens Barrichello flying in the air. So Bevo, Keen David, Anza, Jonesy, Shane O'Mac, Coop Folksy, Sam Brooks, Khan, Chappers, ran up the top 10. And we'll see if we get started clean. You excited for preseason?
Oh man, this is really something. Seeing these guys just kind of poking and experimenting and just seeing all that kind of mixed together, especially with the strategic play here, seeing how you can stretch the medium softs and if you can make that strategy work around any of these circuits, and seeing who can make the hards work. I personally love the hards this year, and I just love going on a nice hard push on those mediums and just beating the crap out of them. But then again, I'm not quick, so I don't know what these guys are going to be lining up today.
A couple of comments. Drunk Pirate calling people out. Jonesy well off his pace. Pulling for Sam and Mouse in the Ferrari, trying to stick it as he is on that team in Tier 1 again. Of course, I'm a Ferrari driver, so.
I will say one note on how this is a great track in the game. The one thing is, though, is Australia's always been about the atmosphere, the fans, and that's F1 as a game has struggled to kind of create that presence, whereas other games like 2K and Madden have done a little bit of a better job. So I'm hoping over these next few years, EA will really start to incorporate that environment to some of these tracks, like Australia and Silverstone and Coda, Suzuka certainly.
Well, what I like to see is what they've done with FIFA. And right now, I've spent a little bit of time with the new FIFA. It's not coming in for a while. I'll just say that. But the way they do their crowds there, on top of that, the tech in general, just for sports games, that needs to be brought on to EA's other stuff. Although a lot of that won't matter here. And it's still Codemasters, but they could definitely do better with the crowds, especially with you look at Gran Turismo and the way they implement 3D audio, and with the crowds too, just going through, it's like here, there's no reason why they couldn't really amplify the crowd in certain sectors of each track, even with the cars.
Yeah.
So a particular pit stop strategy, one stop has us, if you start on mediums, you go to hards, about 13 to 16. Start on softs, you go to mediums, and then 2 hards and close out. Yeah, I said yesterday, starting on the softs is the right idea. We had a start on the mediums. And not too well, but then again, yesterday was Talladega, and there was just a bunch of wrecks.
I will notice also F1 Nerd disqualifying right at the beginning of the lap, so I would think that Coconuts and Pear are going to blow right by him here off the start. He's going to be pretty out of it.
So starting part for Nerd, wants to collect that money, go to the house, done any damage. Probably. I don't know, maybe he just got literally disconnected from the race.
I would certainly hope not. Also, EA has always used FIFA as their kind of testing bed for a lot of their new technology because it's their #1 game, right?
I'd say worldwide it is. Obviously, they're not going to sell Madden in Australia at a certain point.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of that there, but a lot of that you still don't see go over to other stuff. They should. All 2K shares resources between NBA and WWE.
Hashtag F1 games matter.
Hashtag Ferrari Championship. Okay, something's going on here. People are getting booted. It looks like we're probably going to have to start this again. David, Shane O'Mac, folks here out. Is anybody saying anything in the chat? Because what are we doing?
Drunk Pirate using Unreal Engine for F1. That is a shout.
And I guess we're green. We're going with it. I guess they're not disqualified because they're all in there.
Oh, no, it's just disqualifying from the formation lap.
Oh,
they're all
okay.
good.
Well, I can't see squad, so we off to run here. We got King David taking Bevo on the first corner. Clean start, launching excellent. Wow, right on the rear diffuser. Bevo getting that spot back side by side, going down the faster section into this chicane. Who's going to have the position? Oh, they bump. Enough bump there. Is the outside going to be there for Bevo? He does, but they're neck and neck.
Coop all the way up from P6, up 3 positions on those soft compound tires. He's going to see if he can challenge the 2 front-running cars here.
I will say this race is already cleaner starting than it was yesterday, but man, Bevo and Keen David, neck and neck. Just great launch from both. Bevo gets a spot back. Coop, brilliant. Oh, this is getting insane. Force a pack of 4 so they can roll the dice here, but Bevo out in front. Woo, a lot of fast speed coming through here.
You have Jonesy getting a run on Coop here, even though he's on that harder compound.
As I mentioned in the quali, this outside spot is a good, if you got the car, you can make it work. You can make those outside overtakes on that 90. But sneaking up under is Anza. He's going to get Keen David. They got the position. Keen David has bobbled big time. Lost 2 positions.
Oh, and Jonesy's going to have a big send on Pigman Man. Pigman Man all the way up from P14 on those soft compounds, but he gets squeezed out there by the McLaren. Also loses position to the Haas, which he already overtook. But he's got a big run here coming around the outside of turn 1, 3 wide.
Hey, bump. He went really wide to get that. They went 3 wide. You would think it was they. Oh, I got the smash! And go down! Boy, the aggression there was insane from all. They could not make it work. They tried going 3 wide again. You can't do that. It's not going to happen. We're going to have a virtual.
Oh, my God.
Well, we made it a full lap. Oh, it's not virtual, it's full safety. We made it a full lap. So, do we see anybody here bucking on strategy to shake things up? Do we have anybody go to hards right now since we're in a full safety car?
Only three I can believe are, well, if I was Pigman or Coop, I'm not giving up those positions I just worked hard for. I mean, Pigman Man is all the way up from P14, right? Up 9 positions. What a start.
Yeah, his quali package must not have been that great because King David definitely destroyed him in quali, but he must have gotten really good off the line, chopped somewhere.
I will say, though, you look at the packs here where people are gaining positions. You got this pack here, Pigman, Mouse, and Natty, all up from that midfield, taking advantage of Shane, Comet, and Rico, who have had a really rough start to this race with Compact.
David started out second. Excellent race between him and Bevo. David took the lead off the start. Bevo was not having it, took it back, and then he had a slip up there entering that last chicane before the wreck, and Anza got under him, and then Coop somehow got around him too. So now he's with his teammate in 4th and 5th. I guess there's no point in pushing it this early. Sam Brooks also up to 8th, worth noting. And we do have 3 people in the pits. They might have took damage, though. One thing I can bring up is our tire strategy, which is not there. Good look at our position changes. Yes, Pippin Man up 9 spots. Natty up 6. Mouse up 5. Coconut's up 9. Coop up 3. And Shane O'Mac lost 7 and all that. Our tires, so a lot of people did not start on softs. They did start on mediums. Coop and Pigman actually started on softs. Bevo started on mediums and made that work. So, and like I said, who's going to pit and be bold and go to the hards? You look at the last 4 people. Timbo's got a penalty. They all went to hards, so they're going to be in it for the long haul and trying to make up time at the end on a softer compound.
Yeah, I mean, you're really going to have to rely on another safety car, though, because, I mean, you're going to have to go, 25 laps nearly flawless on that set of tires.
Yeah, I got a hunch. I got a hunch it's gonna happen. It's just a hunch. What probably brings in the fact that many cars fighting someone had to get away when no one wanted to. That's exactly what happened. Because they were going 3 wide again right there. Big push from Jonesy. You saw him come way wide on the straightaway. They ain't gonna work with the track that's thin down there.
Yeah, I think Pigman was actually looking up the inside of turn 2, was putting 2 wheels on the grass. I mean, we were getting a lot of dirt action out there. And then I'm very surprised Comet didn't bite the dust there as well with how he got pinched into the wall by that McLaren under contact.
Artistic and no one with the start. Jordan Pirate did prove yesterday and did go on to say the hards can go to the end of this race. 29 laps is not long. It's not like 40 laps at, I don't know, Austria or something, but it can be done here. He did it yesterday, and then somebody was upset saying people can't drive. That was Jonesy.
Oh no! And Bevo's...
It happened again! It happened again! What is this? We see him just sitting there. And he's out completely. Oh, man. Another time on a safety car where somebody's back end just comes out and it's like they can't say. It's so weird. That's 2 times in a row. Australia is. There must be lava on the floor or something. The floor's lava. Onsen, here's the lead. Bevo's out.
As if this couldn't get crazier.
That's lap 4.
Wow.
Strap in your seatbelts. Remember, people, we do this for real next week. It's preseason. Right now, after all this, we'll see who gets sorted out. Everybody else just spins out. It's so weird. Safety car in this lap. It's so weird that yesterday's race and today, it's the leader. Nobody else. Nobody else. It's the leader. Loses traction for a safety car or coming off of a safety car. And now, do we jinx Anza by doing this?
Alright, so for anyone who wants to watch Bevo's soul completely diminish into pieces, that clip is now published on the Prospects eRacing League Twitch channel.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You rewind it and everything else. It's just a complete better turmoil for Bevo.
Oh, I will certainly be watching that tonight and getting a good few laps. Sorry, Bevo. It's at your expense, buddy.
So Ons is going to back him up here and try to launch. Coop's on softs, though. And Coop just takes over on the softs. They can't. He messed up. He had to jump. Oh, that was a bit of a mix-up there. He realized that he couldn't jump because he couldn't pass the leader. So now he's going to fall back in line, but David did. David is second. Coop is third. Pigman. And there goes Coop!
Oh, and a Red Bull joins him. And Natty is out!
That corner is just absolute carnage. It's been carnage for 2 days now. Sector 1 on this is just, it's not happening. Are we going to get a virtual, or are we going to just keep going?
We got a freeway fight for P12.
Hard, so they don't spin out. We got Anza now. Backed it up. Almost took her, King David almost took a penalty on trying to hunt the softs. But man, that's, Saturday is out. Everybody else is going to nurse it around in the back. Anza
very lucky to avoid damage.
Anza in front. Pigman is on the softs, but he's got his teammate in front of him on the mediums. So I know it's preseason. Is David going to give way for a faster Pigman, man, I wonder? Like, who's the true number one?
Well, with that softer compound tire, I would start to think that I want to be slower than my teammate and just feed off that DRS once it gets activated.
Coconut's coming off the corner, but we go right back to the safety car. It took a nerd one out. The nerd's going home. And was wondering what was up with that. Coconuts was on the rear of Chappers on the final corner. Had a great run and then just stopped, and that's when we looked up and it was all yellow. So over under on half the field finishing this race.
I'm going to have faith and take the over, but it's going to be close. Especially when those hards start to go off at the end and these guys stay stubborn for track position and start duking it out.
Just wonder if, part of this I think has to do with it being preseason. It really doesn't matter. I think you'll see guys more conservative racing for points going forward when we do it for real next week. Again, Tier 3, Tier 4. Next 2 days, and I'm not sure when Gran Turismo 7 starts, but I'll be a part of that, hopefully. Didn't go too well for me the first time I did it because they need to change how they do their tire structure. It's very annoying, but we'll go from there. More about that different time, different game. That's coming down the line as well for Season 7. But Anza and the Doritos Williams is still in the lead of this race. Much better looking car than last year.
I will say, given the track we're at, and sneaky VG7, I have personally spent some time drafting up V8 supercars and have a very interesting formula for that we could use.
That'd be interesting. I like supercars. I also like Bathurst. Bathurst is tight. I mean, that's probably the best track I ran at. We were doing everything. Kind of
Also, return of the V8s. Bring the V10s back to F1. Give us biofuels. I mean, Seb proved it at Silverstone. Give us a roar again.
The biofuels are coming. They probably still want to make the V10s up. It all depends. Politics of play and whatnot. But the biofuels are confirmed coming because I think it was, 2024?
Yeah, or I believe it's 2025. They're going to be changing the engine. Like, they're going to take out the MGUH, the most expensive component. They're going to put in a new cost cap for just the engines themselves for the engine manufacturers. And then they will be looking to bring in at least one new engine manufacturer along with those rumored teams like Porsche, Audi, and basically any brand in VW, man.
Yeah, it's kind of a cheap cop-out because they're all under the same bridge. Let me know when Ford gets back in, or Chevy. I tell you what, I don't know if Andretti does get in, what they can do, but if they can bring an American manufacturer with them like Chevy.
They sadly already have an engine deal with Renault already lined up.
That's good.
But if you could give me a Hellcat V8 in the back of my F1 car, I would take it every day of the week. I heard Polar Bears taste pretty good.
I got a 2020 RT myself, Charger. I've had 3 of them. They're probably still the best cars on earth. Europeans are trash them or whatnot. I'm like, nope, I don't want to hear it. In terms of dependability and maintenance.
I like front-wheel drive French hatchbacks.
So, I don't know. Oh, they tried to fake to the pits. Everybody's getting punched up there for some reason. So, if you're on these 6-lap old mediums, I guess there's a little less wear and tear because of the safety car, but...
well, we only had 3 or 4 racing laps, correct?
Yeah.
I think my biggest concern right now would be all the temperature shock going into those tires. They're cooling down in their safety car. They've already got a little dead. And when you heat these suckers back up, I mean, they're a lot slipperier than a new set they would want to heat up.
Good, check the chat. Timba needs to pee. Okay. It's a safe flush from tier 1. Stream looks to be healthy. So, good on that. I have the option on this to stream to 4K 30, but I don't think that'd be very fun.
Hey, thank you, Bevo, for the raid. Poor guy. I'll tell you what F1 really needs off on top of, though, that Duracell battery on the wind box at the top of their car by the roll hoop. That's one of the slickest little decal additions I've seen in the grid. Stripping the paint and taking advantage. Probably some more things in.
F1 needs less FI interference. And, I do plan on going to early plans are for me to go to Vegas next year. And we talk about on our chat about getting the Grand Prix. America, why don't you all come to Vegas? It's actually probably cheaper. Everybody should just come to Vegas for the race, the first one at night. There'll be nothing else like it. We're green again here. Anza pulling off, but right behind him is King David, separating from the likes of Chappers and Coconuts, all on older mediums. These guys will have to pit at some point. Boy, Coconuts really aggressive here, really quick, just like he was before. Chappers not handling those mediums well. Here we go, Coconuts on the inside in the Haas, All-American. Cutting it through the chicane, gets in front. Chappers tries to rebound, does not do it. Clean pass there for Coconuts as he takes third.
Pride of the Carolinas into the podium positions, baby.
All right, Chappers losing steam here in the Aston. Ricker right behind in the Hars, but you got Folksy pushing it right under the fuser. Gets a clean pass side by side through the new section. Positioning is there for Ricka, however. Mercedes of Timba is right behind, waiting for something to fall. Side by side going into this section. Who's going to make it stick? On the outside, the McLaren makes it stick.
Pulled across the curve. Now Timba's going to run up the inside of the Haas here.
The outside line is really kind of preferred there. The speed's there. You lose too much if you try to chop it on that 90 without having the outside space. Ricka, man, he made it work. There's no really changing positions there, but excellent race.
A little bit further back, we got Boyer on some fresh mediums attacking Pigman Man here. Penalties also starting to come.
Yeah, that's it. There's somebody went around. That was Timba. Well, they said he had to pee. Guess he can go now. Timba lost it coming out of that last corner. Should not need a safety car. He's back going again, but he's going to go all the way around. Guess he can't be. He's not out yet. He's got to go all the way around and get that wing replaced. Cooper's in the pits. Back in the lead here, King David. We haven't had DRS open up yet, have we?
I don't think we have yet, no, because we haven't had more than 2 laps of racing.
There's David. Good camera shot there, but these three are in line with Coconuts. It's coming.
You got T-Mouse also bearing down in the back of the con here. Those mediums really starting to age for the front runners. I'm betting we'll start thinking about box and probably in, what would you say, probably 6, 7, 8 laps maybe?
I would say 3.
Really? That's short even with the safety cars?
I mean, if we get another safety car, they're all going to pit. I would say lap 12 to 13, which is what the thing did predict. I don't know if he can make it last, but it's all on Anza. If Anza feels like that grip is there and he can maintain the pace, then he's going to stick it out until, I'd say, lap 15. DRS finally enabled again. Coconuts is coming. Fastest lap so far. Still fast.
Ooh, David dragging a tire onto the grass there.
Outside pass here on David with Coconuts. Is it going to make it work going in the chicane? If he can get under, he's got the position. He's going to take this spot. Moves into second in the Haas. Pulls away cleanly from David. Excellent technical passing there from Coconuts. Maintaining the line the whole time while maintaining grip and speed. Now eyes the lead of this race.
Let's go Haas. Pride of the Carolinas, baby.
That is right. Hansa, though, does have a bit of a gap. He is outside of DRS zone, but can Coconuts make it stick? He's going to separate himself from David. His Chappers is now 2.3 back. Ricka now closing in on fourth with the teammate of Coconuts, Folksy, in the other Haas right behind. DRS train. Train gain. Nothing there.
Boy, you're making a big push on Pigman Man here. It was really tight coming to the double DRS.
Coconuts now with a penalty, though, so if he's going to win this race, it's going to have to be about 3 seconds. Seeing this camera view if anybody spins out again, but boy, these top three are kind of gone. Coconuts again, fast left. Folksy's out! Oh. As I say, that last corner. Safety car is there, and we should see these top four pit. And probably Guitar Man Con. What this really actually does is put Ricka in a really good position. Ricka will not have to pit again. Ricka can make this. He's got 9 lap hards. He pitted on that first lap, I think. What we got? He can. It'll be close, but the if he still gets good pace and racing like he's been racing, he might be able to take this to the end of the race.
Pigman Man actually getting very lucky there, losing it in the same corner that Comet lost at, so he's able to get a new wing here.
I will know. I have noticed this racing this track here in the past. I can't come out full on that final corner like I used to, and I think guys are trying to do that, and that back end's just coming out.
Yeah, I think it's also that little bit of camber just lets you carry that a little bit more speed, just kind of tempts you into it.
So, who's going to come in? We're going to have a fakie. Anza, he's in. Coconut stays out, takes the lead. David's in. Chappers in. Ricka stays out. Coconuts is going to push it. He's heeding the fact that there will be another safety car. Because, I mean, there probably will be.
Well, I'm thinking with this many safety cars so far, you really push enough laps, so you can think about softs at the end. I mean, how many laps can you stretch those on low fuel?
Well, that's, I think, what Ricka is also hoping for. Ricka is most poised to win this race right now. Good strategy.
I would. Coconuts can be right there with him as long as he picks up the penalty. I mean, those mediums are probably pretty saved at this point.
He's got about 3 more laps left. He should have. He's trying a different strategy. He's not trying to follow everybody else. He could have probably worked past, even coming out behind them. But now just being off kilter, unless he tries to pit now and just went an extra lap on the safety car. But I don't think that's going to happen. Ricka can probably make it the end on hards, but I think if he were to go to softs, ban over safety car, not actually pit, work in his favor. So right now, Boyer third, Mouse and Brooks fourth and fifth in the Ferraris. Pigman Man.
And Pigman Man is out.
Yeah, he must have spun Rooney somewhere. Where's Tim? I don't see anybody not moving on the map. So we are now just 1 car away from half the field.
My goodness.
Take a break right quick, check in on the stream. Honestly happy I wrecked out since it was a safety car race. Evo making excuses out there. So it's only the last 5 laps and drop pace rapid. Pirate Jonesy, Australia is vicious. Most people spin out, but not me. I get wiped. Oh, the excuses. Pat Patterson, Up Williams. 33 live viewers right now. Make sure everybody spread the love on Prospects eRacing to the Twitch. Dump the YouTube. You got more graphics, better audio, all the goodness, better integration. And watch us on TV. Jonesy, upset. Excuses. Excellent racing, though, but you were ballsy. That's all I got to say. Yes, there are decent tracks on the calendar. Let's get back to
I mean, being quite frank with Jones, it was, you saw it coming through the third sector with how those boys were duking it out. I mean, they were all on heavy fuel, and none of them were going to give up that clean air that was directly in front.
I think it's going to pick up too much. So as I sit here in silence, shout out to Yahoo Mail for being complete and utter garbage. So there's one section over there in the chicane with the camera view. It looks like there's a band playing. I'm pretty sure it's just people cheering, but maybe I'm wrong. I gotta get a better look at it. So down to 11. And the two people out in front are on the oldest tires now with Coconuts and Ricka, but Ricka on the hard compound can make it work. Boy or Mouse, again, this is preseason. We do it for real next week, so I don't think anybody's going to turn out. As long as Coconuts doesn't, spin out of that corner right there, but we are green again. Wow,
Ooh,
big jump there from Mouse. Down here, a big lead off there from Coconuts. Ricka did not get a good restart. The Mouse is challenging Boyer really early on with Sam. Brooks goes around. Can't hear you laughing. Brooks around. He should be able to get going again. He is off.
Oh, and Onzo with a quick move around Shane and nice.
What is that? Double overtake? He's on fresh hards basically, because now they're probably at least grip level. Decently.
Looks like they had no problem getting the temperature in the safety car.
Mouse, though, I don't know if Sam Brooks wasn't expecting something, but the back end came out in the car. Mouse continues to push Boyer here to get that podium spot. We're over halfway through this race.
You know, all David's really going to need to do here is just tag on to the face of Honza and keep it in the white lines, and they should have no problem catching right up to the front of those tires.
So, we got Boyer, and that's it. He's around. Will's fresh. No, he's on older mediums, but they're prime mediums. So Coconuts here just cleanly out. 2.2 second lead. Boyer or Mouse now coming for Ricka, Ferrari on McLaren. Battle of supercars. On top of that, Brooks with a 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane. Can't cheat. 2.3 now for Coconuts, just running away. Remember, he's going to win this by 3 seconds. Now Ricka gets a penalty, so that's looking pretty good for Mouse right now. We still got a half of a race to go. I don't know if Cal's still alive. Did we lose you?
Yeah, no, we got a nice little fight here with Timba and Chappers, although those mediums Timba's on, the way he's pushing them, I really don't know how much longer they're going to hang on here.
Really quick coming through that section. Tire's stuck coming through at the speed. DRS is not open yet. He's in the inside move here. He's going to take that spot. Wow, really clean overtake, as tight as it gets.
Coconut just hand over fist gaining time on Ricka here through the final sector with that softer compound. Those mediums have no trouble with this phase in the race, all those safety cars.
he chose not to pit, but he must know this car better than we are because he's driving it, and right now it's making it work because Ricka cannot keep up. But the other hand, his Mouse is losing time on Ricka. Just shows you the pace of Coconuts has right now. But again, has to win by 3 seconds.
I think he's probably going to be looking to run maybe 4 more laps here and then do a real strong stint on softs at the end, snag a fastest lap point. He's going to be a real player at the end of this race as long as he can get a little bit of distance here to that main group behind Ricka.
Hard to say the softs really fall off after 5 laps, though, so I don't know. If we're on 16, he's the one that pitted on the first lap after that first instance, and he's already started on something else, I believe. Maybe not.
Coconuts?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think it's 16 laps and we're on the 17th lap, maybe he hasn't pitted at all.
Yeah, no, he must not have boxed yet. But I was only 3.7 to Ricka. It's just he's not going to have time to make that gap up unless he keeps expanding, gets another safety car, or boxes earlier on the softs and somehow makes him last.
Mouse is closing now. David also right behind. There's a gap con in 5th. We're down to 10 people left, so we are half the field at this point. Boyer with the time penalty.
He's really second there out of the final turn. Walks over the end.
Yeah, Mouse definitely had dropped off because David is trying to capitalize now. He's on fresher hards. Try to dart to the inside there, but too much of a gap to make anything work. Looking for the hiccup from Mouse to capitalize and get back to 3rd.
I'm going to say, though, some of these boys are really struggling on the battery. So that's going to start to show itself in the final phases of this race, who's able to utilize this in conjunction with DRS.
Coconut's coasting Shane O'Mac so far, the fastest lap, but he's on the softs. So again, 3.8 now. Gotta be hitting DRS here pretty soon. Ooh, right tight behind there. Keen David, there's the DRS, but nothing there. Basically hit the grass. So, inside. Somebody's gonna push it too hard coming out of this last corner and spin out again. You watch.
Oh, you did not just jinx it.
Woo! You scared me there. Clean, but here we go. Ricka way wide, trying to break any type of slipstream. But Keen David right behind, nothing there as well. These two got a good rhythm going. Ricka now 4 seconds back.
I think David with an aggressive line from turn 1 may have eaten a warning there.
To the chicane section again. It's where they're not like on pace with each other. Like they're all going, they're not making up time or losing time, but they're all doing like different things. King David trying to do some sort of different switch up here. See if there's anything, but might being stuck in traffic. See if you can get ahead of somebody else in front of you. To the inside there. Speaking of which, King David's playing around. Takes a spot cleanly from Mouse.
Here with the DRS and battery, Ricka's out.
So you got time to close on him though.
Yeah.
Train behind, nothing there. When is Ricka pit, or is Ricka going to try to carry this to the end? And 10 to go. A little bit slow there, grocery section. Now that final corner, anybody spin? Nope. Trying to break wind, but David ain't having it. They're going with him to the inside. Now he's trying to dip back under. Will he dive bomb? He does not dive bomb. But he's inching closer to that diffuser. 0.2 seconds. Now 1/10. Close the gap completely there.
David and Ricka both have flashing rear lights, so nearly out of battery here. Really got to be careful with 9 laps still to go.
David needs to kind of time his, let Ricka use that battery and then fire off later, but that Mouse is just waiting.
And Coconut just keeps extending as these guys scrap.
5.4. But here's the thing. He's got pit. He's banking on that safety car. He knows he can make those tires work, but those tires will eventually give up by lap 25. And he might pop.
Oh, and here's our run up the inside for David.
A clean pass as he can make a stick into this corner to the 90s. They're going to chop. They're going to make contact. Way wide there for Ricka. Ricka trying to play a bit of defense there side by side, but eventually got ran off. Didn't want to get taken out. And now Mouse gets around. So as Ricka going to take it to the pits, he is not. He is staying out. Trying to come back for a second time here. Ricka again. On straight. Looks like he is going to get this spot back on Mouse.
Wow. Ricka with so much less swing like we saw in qualifying there. Just flying past even with the battery disadvantage.
Goes Mouse chop here. Yep. Good protection on the inside from Ricka. Still going to have the positioning here. The undercut will not work for Mouse. Came pretty good off the corner.
Coconut up to 6.5. Those mediums are looking tough.
Here we go. Nothing there still for the Ferrari. David now starting to pull away. Does he have the pace? Remember, David does not have a penalty either.
Oh, David here on the exit of the chicane, gonna reel in number full 10th entering the final sector.
Now Ricka's side by side going to the 90. Ricka's trying to make it work on the outside again. He does.
Ow.
I tell you, if he can make it work right there, that's a great spot for passing. God, it's bold, Cotton.
Ricka's got to get a wheelbarrow when he gets him back into the paddock to put his nuts in. My goodness.
Ah, and then we got going around. Timba is around. Is that a
And
safety? Yes, and
Coconut
we're going to get a
has
safety
headed
car.
for fresh softs. What a time the box,
Yes.
Coconut.
It's like he knew the wreck was happening. It's like he ordered it. And he goes to softs. Those softs will last. So we got a shootout.
Wow. Now, if you're the rest of the field here, you are now aware that Coconuts is on fresh softs because you passed him while he was in the pit lane. Boyer joins as well. Are you keeping that track position with the hards if you're Khan, Chappers, and Anza?
Yep. Everybody in front should not pit. If you're David, those hards are just now in their prime. They're just not even hitting it yet. Ricka can make it 7 laps on this hard. Now, if his pace is going to be there, it's not going to happen. But this is the opportunity. He could come for softs. That's the only one I could say would be worth pitting. Would be Ricka. David, Mouse, Khan, Chappers, and Anza need to stay out. Because you're going to get 2 laps of this. And we're looking at, what, 5-lap shootout? Are you really going to make up that many positions to win the race in 5? Plus you got a penalty. Well, that Coconuts has to win the race by 3 seconds.
That's a good shout. Put up a stout defense for 2 laps and he's done.
I think he lost the bet, too.
Oh, and David's going to come in.
Old move.
And
They're all coming in. I don't know about this. Khan needs to stay out. Khan is staying out.
let's see how Khan and Chappers do against Coconut. But then again, that only hampers David and Ricka and Mouse here because now they're behind Coconut and not even able to hold him up before he gets that penalty advantage over him with the Delta.
It worked out perfect for Coconut, I was going to say that. But he's still got a penalty. With everybody on softs, is he going to be able to clear 3 seconds? That's right there.
Well, these guys are going to have to scrap Khan and Chappers to get through. Coconuts gets a little bit of clean air. He's smooth sailing. But then again, David could challenge him off the start here.
Rooster was saying the stream was low. Somebody be like, "What? It was too loud."
Okay, guys, I have this really cool thing I want to tell you about. It's called the volume button. So if we're too quiet, you can like hit it up with that little plus button. It is dope. Sorry, I can't help myself.
I think I might have backed up.
Well, honestly, hearing my voice the whole time, maybe it's better not being quiet.
have to hold off on the cards. Coconuts, penalty. Safety car, but yes, we're down to field. We started.
We are losing at least one more drive. It's just the nature of racing that way.
Try to listen to this right myself. Sounds pretty fine to me.
Oh, so we were dead on the 5-lap shootout. Now, how many positions do you think Khan have? How do you think those cards will play into this racing experience? Because let's be frank here, if I'm Connor Chapman, I know I'm just fighting for a podium at this point.
Well, it's gonna happen. With 5 laps, they could. I don't think he's gonna be fast. Right now, it's a good thing. I mean, Colin and Chapper just said they're not gonna just give this over. So.
Pirate says that it's game audio. As in you upped the game audio?
Yeah, because Kurshimmer's complaining it was too quiet.
Now Drunk says he can't hear us.
I can hear me just fine.
Oh, nobody can be happy, can they? Right, I'm lining up the restart here.
There's definitely a split in the audio quality because they haven't used that chat cable, so it's not, it's audio, just coax, not coax. Anyways, we're live. Deal with it. We're loud. Con, way to the inside here is Coconut's trying to make it work, and he did immediately just take second. And coming right behind is Keen David. Yeah, sounds fine to me. I hear myself talking, so we're good there.
The outside of Ricka. Ricka gonna dive it up the inside. Not gonna quite make it on Chappers, and McLaren and Ferrari go 2x2 marching down the hill.
David.
Ferrari comes out fight. Nice fight from Team Alcer as he bears down on Chappers on the hards.
Carter Man Con ain't no slouch when it comes to defending, though. As long as he can maintain the grip. But they will get him eventually in the DRS.
Team Mouse burning battery, looking to get past that Aston Martin up into the chicane and get back with David.
Are they going to go 3 here? No, they're not going to go 3. I thought they might have made contact and not Coconuts, though. Ah! And they did! He pushed them out! Coconuts DOS boo!
The Team Mouse into the lead!
Took advantage of the situation completely. Get my audio on this. Yes, T-Mouse completely into the lead at that point. Yeah, I don't know if that was a push or what, but there was something there.
David gonna be rocking the rest of this race without a front wing as we get 3 wide for a moment.
Who expected this? Nobody. It's preseason, baby. Coconuts now back to 4.
Turn 1.
Ons is out. And so are like 3 other people. Anza is completely out. Khan is in the pits. Chapper's got moved.
We really just got a safety car?
This might just end in a safety car. We get 1 lap to rule them all. Nobody predicted this. It's preseason.
Oh, Michael Massey must be in charge.
No, you got sent home, remember? But I guess he got bored. That's all
I
right.
will say, I had the helicopter view of those 3 spinning. I don't believe any of the three made any sort of hefty contact. They all individually span on throttle on the exit of turn one. That corner is a menace to society.
Yeah, certainly not fair, Michael. But Team Mouse somehow laughed in the face of adversity and passed like 12 people to take the lead. We're going to get one lap. And Coconuts, I mean, it's going to come down to David and Mouse. And David doesn't have a wing. David might pit. Right now, Mouse is staring at this preseason win. David is pitting. And unless something completely catastrophic happens to the Mouse, which you can't rule it out, he's going to win this race. Ricka is second. Shane now up to third. It's David and Coconuts, I guess, are trying to go for fastest lap and get new softs. Wow. Is the regular season going to be this unpredictable, or is it just because it's preseason?
Well, you got to think these boys are all trying to push the cars to see what they can do side by side. I mean, I know with those floor mechanics, the way you can carry speed mid-corner with somebody next to you, you really got to experiment with all those lines to see if you can used to it for the regular season. I would certainly hope these boys are clean when it comes time to kick off.
So, Mouse spins out, Ricka wins. Watch Shane on back from the preseason. He's been at last for the past half an hour. So yeah. Or again next week, do it live. You want more insanity in preseason in Australia. The Outback where they have giant spiders and three-headed snakes and stuff. Tier 3 and 4 are tomorrow. Safety car in this lap, so we get 2 laps. 28 and 29. Now, yesterday, something weird happened at the end where it told me it was lap 29 and 29. They crossed the finish line. The race didn't finish. They were still racing. And then, 2 people wrecked for the lead. And then, all of a sudden, they got back around, the race was over, and then the standings were what they were the lap before. That was what I witnessed. And nobody confirmed that something was completely off. Let's hope that doesn't happen today. And if it does, I have backup today to make sure that I am not insane. So, we'll do that. Jonesy's officially left the session. Took you long enough. Good job. So, Mouse. Clean launch. Leaving Ricka in the dust. Bit of a push there in the back from Coconuts is wasting no time to gain a position back on Boyer. But in front of him is the Mac Daddy himself, Shano. Can't get around. Big. They're knocking wheels. And there we go. Shano Mac hits the wall. So is this end in safety car? We're going to keep racing here. Mouse and Ricka. Mouse is kind of pulled off. Coconut's already up to third. But they had the penalty.
Mercedes in a Red Bull.
We're going to come down one car left in this race, aren't we? So Coconuts trying to steal a win here, but he has to pass 2 guys and win by 3 seconds. King David with a new wing, trying to follow suit. And ironically, these softs will start to fall off. Mouse and Ricka into the final straight here. So, although that's not open, there's a little bit of wibble wobble there. Coming into the chicane. Make sure nobody spins out here. Coconuts, hard pressure, straight hard. Coming for Ricka. Everybody clearing through there, the top 4. A run being made by Ricka. Mouse trying to break the slipstream. No changes here. Final lap, last lap shenanigans. Hard pressure from Coconuts again on the outside. Going to try to force it hard into the chicane on the outside here as well. If he gets position on the inside, he can take it. But Ricka not giving up, goes way wide. But Coconuts does get the position. Coconuts
move on him.
Yes, Coconuts now sets his target for first, but he's not going to win the race because he's got a penalty. Ricka, however, trying to hold on to podium as David's coming from behind. coming to a really fast section now. It never used to be that fast. A lot of pressure there. There will be no DRS. It's straight, pure car racing. Onto the rear end of Ricka is King David. Darts to the inside. Going to try the outside pass. Coconuts is going to see if it sticks. Pushing way out is Mouse. Side by side coming in here. Is there any contact? Mouse goes really wide. Or not Mouse. Coconuts. Mouse takes this spot, though. Gets it back. Going to have the drag race here at the end. Mouse will cross the line as the winner. Bouncing all attempts made by Coconuts. David will end up second. Coconuts falls to fifth. Chappers gets that podium spot. The Destruction Derby of Australia round 2 is over. Mouse wins after capitalizing on a gaffe and gaining about 4 spots. We'll see here. 10 spots gained by Mouse. Coconuts did actually make up 14 spots today. Technically could have won the race. Should have won the race.
That was something. Wow. That's certainly preseason.
It's preseason. Sitting in the third straight, it's preseason. Let's go. So, again, podium celebration here this year, 24 and 22. And hopefully we'll see some interaction and go for real next week. And yeah, Chaos Ford in the chat. Everybody's got some cringy weird dance this year. All the screen tearing. There's the Karen. Guys, it's been fun with the preseason. Again, we'll do it for next week. Tier 3, Tier 4. Gran Turismo 7 on the way. And hopefully we get these audio kinks worked out.
Been hearing a rumor about lap 15 in Tier 3. They're going to release the kangaroos and start throwing BB long necks.
Absolutely right. When the fight in the pits. Rough blows for the audience. Mouse, David, Chappers, Ricka, Coconuts, top 5. Again next week. Get together. Follow us on Twitch now. Do all the like stuff. Do they have a bell? I don't know. All that stuff. Watch us on ESTV. We are growing. And as for me, I am Feldman 9000.
And I'm Cows with Guns.
That's scary. All right, have a good one.